Alright, hello. So now we're back with some more Diablo 2 Eastern Sunrises Hardcore. This time, we're going to be upgrading our character maybe, or maybe just shopping for stats. We were originally supposed to just be shopping for stats. Then we thought, maybe we could just gamble for these stats. We could come here, we could gamble everything, but then we also changed our plans again. Because the thing you could do in this mod, the cool thing about the tokenizer is you could go here, go to Act 1, shop lightning resist 10%. That's a maximum lightning resistance. We know that. If you go to the Tangerine cap, if you go to the website, to the prefixes, scroll down to the resistances, should be right here. So Azure, so it'll spawn on any item quality level, or what is it? Affix level that equals between 5 to 30. So we know how to find all the affix levels. The cap, we could look at the cap. The cap has a quality level of 1, so we know that the affix level is the item level minus the quality level divided by 2. So 1 divided by 2 is 0.5, and then it's rounded down, so it's 0. So it would always equal the item level. So the cap would always be item level 12. Except for the gloves. The boots and the belts is different. We could look at those. So we know the armor. We could probably do a video about this, explaining everything. It'd be a lot simpler, but for now, it's a quilted armor. Yeah, if it's level 12, it'll spawn with up to level 12 stats. And then the shield, the buckler is the same thing. But the small shield, it'd be -2. So it'd be 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So it'd be 12 minus 2 would be the small shield. So this would be a affix level 10. And then if we go look at gloves, it's level 3. So that'd be 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, which equals 1. So that means that the leather gloves is actually item level or affix level 11. So it can't actually have 20% resistance from Act 1, from the Act 1 shopping, because it only goes to level 12. It does spawn on all of the armors, but it won't spawn on the leather gloves or the sash because it's only affix level 11. Yeah, just because of that. The other things are fine. You'll be able to find them. You could go to other acts, because this one, it'll stay on items 5 until level 30. This will stay items 12 to 45. And if we look at something like the Elven Chain or the light plate, if it's 30, if we were to go to Act 5 and gamble for it, so let's just buy that thing. This is what you usually do. This is what we usually do. You'd buy the Tangerine cap. It's only 111. These stats are the cheapest in Act 1. I think Armor of Worth, isn't it like maybe it is only 1. Maybe that's why it's Armor of Worthlessness. That's why we thought about renaming it. To Armor of Worthlessness. Because Armor of Worth +1 to minimum damage spawns on torso, amulet, ring, circlet, and weapons. So if there's that thing beside it, it means it's all weapons except for staffs and wands. So anything except for caster weapons. So we see that +1 to minimum damage is the highest. So it spawns on affix level 1 to 12. So if it was affix level 13, you wouldn't be able to find this stat. This stat would not appear on that item. Although, once you get to level 12 and 13, you'll start to find this stat up until level 24, and then you won't find this one anymore. That's what that means. So this is level 24 to 48, and then once you get to level 48, you will only find these ones. Yeah, because you can't find those older ones anymore, so they'll always be 7 to 12, and they will always require a character level 39. So this part's also important. This has a level 3 requirement, so this means if you have a bunch of stats and they all require level 3, then at level 3 you could use it. And if they're all level 15, then at level 15 character could use it. So say if like all the other affixes rolled level 15 and then it rolled like a level 27 stat or something, then instead of it being a level 15, it's a level 27 requirement just because of that one stat. We'll learn more about that later. But if we buy this, we could probably teak it. The armor of avoidance that goes up to like 100 or something. So we won't be here too much. We're just showing what we usually do. And so, launcher defense per hit. Avoidance would be armor, right? Oh, here we go. Of avoidance. 500 to 100 defense. So it's such a huge range. When we were shopping for them in our characters, it took a while because we were looking for exactly 100. And here's buckler deflecting, 20 to 30% plus 1 maximum. I believe it goes up to 2, 10% faster hit recovery. So the out of balance, we know it's a static stat, or it's always the same. We know it's 10% faster hit recovery, 17 faster hit recovery, and 24% faster hit recovery. So the 10% spawns on all armors, so all of the armors. And then 17 only spawns on the torso, the belt, and the shield, so only 3 armors at that point. And then the 24% only spawns on the torso and the belt, so it doesn't. So the best hit recovery you could have on a shield is 17%. And the best on the other pieces is only 10%, but on the torso and the belt specifically, the highest would be 24%. So we can maybe just buy that for now. Wherever it was, 24%. Where'd it go? Did we buy it? Oh, we did. Alright. And then, warding, we believe that's 2 magic. Damage reduced by 2. Magic damage reduced by 1, 2, 2. Alright. Because there's this other one that annoys you, right? The devious one. Magic damage reduced by 1. That one is capped at 1. That one is capped at 2. It's always 1 or it's always 2. There's the level requirement. There's the affix level. And this one's could be between 1 and 2. So you have to watch out for that one. You can tell because it says of warding. So that's not the highest one. And the resistances, they always cap out at 10%, 20%, 30%, and 40%. Except that you can only find up to 30% on armors. It's only just the boots. It's only the boots that you can find 40% resistance on. Everything else, yeah, goes up to 30%. It just needs item level 18. So on any of the armor pieces, if we're looking for resistance, we know it can only go up to 30. Though if we get boots, we know it could go higher. Then we'd usually leave the town, or you can check here for weapons too, the mighty short sword. Pretty sure that is the max. So usually you just focus on one thing at a time, only the armors or only the weapons, because your inventory is going to fill up super quickly, right? Mighty plus 5 to strength can spawn on weapons, all those things. So we can buy this one because it's the max, and maybe this one plus 20 poison damage. 1 to 11 lightning damage, I think that is max. No, 15. 1 to 15 is max. So then once you have a bunch of things, you would go here, you would leave the town, then you'd see if she has anything new for you. So your inventory would refresh every time you leave. So you see half freeze duration. We know that's a static. That's always going to be half freeze duration. Same with that. It's always going to be 6% chance, always 5. And you could buy that one. Half freeze duration. So there we go. We have those two. We know that they spawn on those items. 5% is the lowest that it can spawn with. Yeah, we can go like the half freeze duration gloves and the 10% faster rock 1 boots. So the tangerine buckler. So worth it because they stop spawning at a certain point, right? We're just gonna figure out something here quick. Resistance. Yeah, they do stop spawning at a certain point, although it is a really high level. So you could say like, if you want to buy the lowest, you can, or if you want to buy all of them, right? If you want to collect every single one, if you want to collect the 5%, 6%, 7%, 10%, you could do that. I think we did that at one point, But all of your stats, you would take them to your cube. You would say token of fighter armor. This can spawn on helmets with that. And you could say this can spawn on chest pieces. And you could say the leather gloves of thawing. This can spawn on gloves. Cap of thawing. This can also spawn on helmets. And the sash of thawing can also spawn on belts. So it also does spawn on a lot of other things. Boots of pacing. We know that could spawn on boots. And tangerine caps. We know 10% is the maximum. So it's a level 3 stat. You can have up to 10% resistance. And then token of deflecting. There's also like a 10% increase and a 15% one. It's a lower level. Then you have your shields here. They have your weapons. So we know weapons can spawn with 20% poison damage. They can spawn with a maximum of 5 strength. The character required level 10. So the token keeps track of what the required level is for these stats. That's the cool thing. That's the cool thing and the important thing. So you look at them and be like this, if it spawns with this stat, the item will require level 7 at least. And this will require level 3 if it has that. So in like our 1.3, we've collected all these a whole bunch. But we will start putting these on maybe just page 10 we'll start it. So you see these are prefixes, tangerine token, of balance. So these are suffixes, so it's of balance, suffix, token of deflecting. So that's a suffix, token of thongs. These are all, so I'm not sure how we could do this. Because usually we'd be collecting all of them, keep them in the inventory, then you go run there, buy some more, and then keep buying until you have everything. So you keep them in this inventory to keep track of what you have. You could bank all of your things except for your Roderick Cube. That's all that you need. You just need your Roderick Cube and empty inventory. And then you could sit there, buy and collect all of the tokens until you have all of the different ones. Then you won't have to ever refer to this website again. You could literally just go to your bank, go to page 10 and be like, sort them by the level that they spawn at. Put all your prefixes on the left hand side, all these suffixes on the right hand side. Maybe put like helmets on one page. These are all the helmet stats. Like these are all the armor stats. These are all the belt stats. These are all the boots. These are all the feet. That's what we usually do. We'll have them sorted like that later too eventually. But like all the melee weapon stats organized. So that's pretty much how you do that. And we do have a whole bunch of gold saved up. So we could just sit here. We could leave. Because we've done that so many times. We probably will do it. So when we come back here in one episode, we'll be like, we collected all of the tokens, we collected all of the stats, collected everything. Token of warding, so we know that's cap of warding, that's not the max. The devious quilted armor, there it is. Devious does cap out at 1. It's always 1. There's even like dual stats, because we've seen some cool dual stat ones. There's Buckler of Life of the Fox, caps out at 10 life. If you go scroll here on the website, be like, of life, it's like plus 5 life, plus 10 life, and then 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 80 life. Where was it? Was life up here? Right above here? No, it was way up here. We passed it then. Dexterity, strength, life. There we go. Of the Jackal, 1 to 5. Of the Fox, 6 to 10 life, 11 to 20. So you could say it caps out at 5 life, 10, 20, 30, 40. So you're just looking for things with plus 5 to life. Although that stops spawning at level 7. So there is ways to get that. You start a brand new character, you come back here to the store, and then all the items will be item level 6. So that will allow you to get stats like these that you can't actually get anymore. Yeah, that's good. That works. Or you could come down here and you have them. No, it's easier to just make a brand new character. Just make a character because the item level is based on your character that is shopping. 10% faster unlock. It's based on the character that is shopping. So it'll be item level 12 if you bring a level 1 character. Oh, well here, let's show that quick. Yeah, if you go here, you just take gold. And if we don't have anything in the shared stash, I thought we... Maybe we... So we put gold here, it'll be in the shared stash. Then if you save and exit the game, single player, create a new character. So we're gonna delete him pretty quick. We'll just call him Shopper. Make him hardcore if he is hardcore, so he can get your gold. And then you go to your shared stash and then you say, take gold. Now you have 50,000 gold. And then if you go trailer Charcy, then all the items will be item level 6. So now you could get the cap of the jackal that has +1 life and +5 life. You couldn't get those before. Also help you get the lower level stats easier, like +3 to strength. Pretty sure that's the best one. Strength, +3 to strength. Pretty sure it's like 3 strength, 6 strength. 3 strength, 6 strength, 10 strength, 15. Same with dexterity, 3, 6, 10, 15. Same with energy, 3, 6, 10, 15. So it's all pretty simple. They're all pretty linear. Faster hit recovery on the gloves. So you can sit here, buy them, leave the shop, come back, buy some more things. Usually we just stick with swords because all of these stats are going to be on all melee weapons or all weapons. So you just select one graphic. Maybe we stick with the sword just because it's the easiest. And then you would leave the place. Oh, if you have a bad map like this, you would put all of your gold in here. Go to the shared stash. Then you'd actually make a new character. You'd make a new character. Delete him. Until you find a map that's good for shopping. So you'd want to create the character or go to plug Y and then change the settings so the map respawns for a little bit. And then when you find a map, then just set it so the map doesn't respawn. Although just making the characters quicker. There is a door that opens up over here on one of the maps too. This one's really good. So you can just shop with her. This thing's not in the way in that map too. You just literally just come here and this is all opened up and then you just go through the door, leave town, come trade again. This one's a little bit farther away, but that's the one that we were given. So you just come here and then we'll move on to something else here.
What can I do for you?
It'd be like 5 strength, 6% life leech, 6% mana leech would be the best. If you go here, we'll just look at the leeches quickly. I'll have the leech. You think like on the gloves, it only goes up to 6%. The weapon, amulet, ring, circlet, and gloves. Gloves specifically, the highest life leech is 6%. Highest mana leech is 6%. So these 9 and 12% do not spawn on the gloves, and the highest dual leech on amulet, ring, and circlet is 9%. And weapons, so that'd be like bows and everything. Oh, it would be on the staffs and wands because it doesn't have that exclamation thing beside it. It's like bows and everything could get 9%, but only melee weapons can get 12%. So only the melee weapons can get 12%. Although it's a much higher level requirement, right? It's only 15 to get that. And then you're asking to raise their level requirement by 30 levels for extra 1 to 3% life leech, 1 to 3% leech. So generally you'd want this one, item level 20, before item level 55. So if you're looking for a super sick dual leech weapon, probably around here. So we'll end this clip. This has been the shopping clip, so we'd buy that because it's 17%. We know it's 17% static, it's all the same. There is the dual stat ones we always buy too, like if it says plus 10% enhanced or 20% defense, 10% resistance. If there's like a dual stat that is maxed, maybe it'll say 10% faster hit recovery plus 10% cold resist. Something that just looks really cool like that. That's a dual maxed stat. Those things are really cool to collect. There we go, cold resist 10%. So if that was a 10% increased attack speed, poison resist 10%, we would buy it because it's a cool maxed dual stat. Well, the one stat's always maxed 10%, but then it'll have the one poison resistance, and then you could theory craft it, mix it with other gear if you need poison resistance somewhere. Because magic items can have a one additional socket compared to rare items. That's why.
What can I do for you?
It's pretty much the upside of magical items. Rare gloves can have 2 sockets. Rare gloves only have 1 socket. Rare gloves can only have 1 socket in the gloves, belts, and boots. Magic items, though, however, can have 2 sockets in them. So that's one additional socket for a jewel with much better stats than you could probably get from the rare items at the lower levels. So that's pretty cool. 6% chance to cast Immolation, because Immolation's only a 2% chance to spawn. Well, I mean, in the ratings here, right? If you look, this is how often it spawns, 12%, like the rarity. So all the chance to cast is a really, really low, which means the chance to cast doesn't actually spawn on items too much. So if you found a chance to cast with a secondary stat on it, that might be considered decently rare. So you might buy that dual stat. Lightning resist 10%. There we go, maxed. And then you just keep going there. So we'll just throw these in that tab there. Oh, we had these gloves plus 3 to strength. We'll just finish it up by doing this here. Oh, shared stash 10. If we go here, we could just keep everything. Generally, you would try to keep track of everything by bringing them to your inventory, and then comparing them to the ones in the store. Like once you have a whole bunch of them, once you have tons of these tokens saved up, like tons and tons of them, you'd be like, which tokens do I have already? Which tokens do I still need? That's why you need to bring them with you. So right, lightning resist 10%, lightning resist 10%. So it goes like fire, cold, lightning, poison. So you can throw these here to keep it kind of organized. Because we did have something. Devious tokens, that's a prefix. Tenderine's a prefix. Azure token, there we go. So the shield would go down right about here. Cold resistance, lightning resistance. And then you could kind of piece them all together later. Plus 10 to life, so you could throw of the fox. So you could say life items go maybe right over here somewhere. Of strength, and then you could say strength items, and then dexterity items, and then believe energy is only on the helmet, right? Something like that. There is also other items at the other store, because some stats only spawn on those items too. Oh, there we go, fire resist 10% shield. So you could find them. Sometimes these ones are hard to find, the 20% enhanced defense, 30%, 40%, just because there's such a large range that they can spawn at. But let's add our fire shield here, if we don't have it yet. So now we could say these stats can spawn on any item that a level 3 character could use. So your character could use them really, really early. You just have to go to the Bloodmoor, kill a few enemies, get to level 3, and then you could craft a level 3 set with a whole bunch of level 3 stats. Did we get the Life Leech one? Because Life Leech is only level 4 requirement. That's the other super sick thing about it. You can find it on gloves and weapons. 6% life stolen per hit. 6% mana stolen per hit. Because the optimum thing would be to have dual leech gloves, dual leech weapons, dual leech helmet. Requires level 4. So you could have like a weapon that has 6% dual leech. You could have a helmet that has 6% dual leech. And the rings can have dual leech, and the amulets.
Good day.
So if you go here, the Hagashanes actually count as circlets, so they would have dual leech on them. And you can come here for wands, which have a magic find on them sometimes, and they have different stats on them compared to the other weapons. So we're gonna have to shop here and try to look at those, try to find some other things, see what those are about. But there is other items to buy there. So 25 minutes. This collection will be filled up at some point. Maybe we'll do shopping. Maybe we'll do more shopping. This we've just been trying to explain everything and also looking at the website to look at the stats and the base armor's light plates. So we might gamble for our starting set, the Magic Find set. We probably will. So we'll be gambling for that. We'll just gamble for the Gold Find set to get a whole bunch of gold, to gamble a whole bunch of items, to try to gamble the best ones. So right now we should focus on getting our Gold Find. So we haven't done anything on that really. We haven't done anything on the Gold Find. Our Gold Find is still 46%. Magic Find 10%. Gold Find. We haven't changed our character. We haven't changed on purpose because we kind of like it without all the gold dropping and without all the items being gold and unique and set all the times. But we'll increase our Magic Find to like over 700% and our Gold Find to over 900%. Oh, we don't have the runes, so we can't raise them that high yet. So that gives our character extra goals. We need 2 KO runes. We need 4 U runes. We need 2 N runes. And then we can make super sick Magic Find and Gold Find weapons for the Barbarian to use.